love with horses since I was a young child. Recently, I got a wonderful opportunity to study equine shamanism in Kentucky, and I'm really looking forward to bringing those skills back to CET Posse.
Creativity. It is very important for my mental health. So don't give up. Keep going.
Hi, I'm here to thank Kira Domonique, founder of Cowgirls for Equine Therapy. You are a treasure for our community. It takes a posse.
My name's Sandra Murphy. I am the CEO of Equine UK Limited. I produce the world's first liquid feed for horses. I'm one of the only black female nutrition companies in the UK. I've been working with horses now for over 50 years, and this is my stallion, and it's so tough as it is being a female, and being in the equine industry as a person of colour is really challenging. So having Kira as a mentor and a lovely person, it's been really nice to see other people doing things with horses, other people of colour doing things with horses. And CET Posse is an amazing venture that she's doing. She's such an inspirational lady, and she's got the most lovely heart. We love horses, and they are amazing creatures. And as you can see, you know, we get a lot of benefit from being around them and being with them. So yeah, keep up the good work, Kira. We love you loads, and you know, you're doing a great job. See you later. Bye bye.
Family fun day. Today was our quarantine Halloween event. And it was amazing. Let me tell you, you ever do something that you didn't know needed to be on your bucket list, and then you do it and you're like, why wasn't that on my bucket list? Well, that's what happened tonight. Like, basically, we had a drive-in movie experience. Because that's what we do at CET Posse. We have experiences.
Yeah, that guy in the middle already got a bunch.
I gotta switch out. Yeah. You're gonna eat through the plastic. No, back up. Back up a little.
But I mean, that experience of having the bonfire and the movie and the full moon in the sky and, you know, those Halloween vibes. And so it was just amazing. And it was very touching for me, especially hearing some of the patrons come up to me afterwards and tell me how much just having that experience meant to them, to be able to get out and do that, because they've been feeling so shut in. And, you know, for me, I don't do this for the money. A lot of money goes out, a lot of time goes out, very time consuming. But I do it because I know how it made me feel when I did not feel well, and when I was suffering through the worst parts of my PTSD. And I went and I experienced equine therapy, and I was around horses and nature and getting out of the mundane and having experiences, because a lot of times we're in these situations in life where we cannot just be a cog in the wheel. We can't just be a cog in the machine all the time. We have to break up the monotony. We have to have something that breaks it up. And for me, it was horses. And for a lot of people, it's horses and it's nature that are very, very healing in very mysterious ways that science is now coming together, doing brilliant research, might I add, showing and proving that these things are essential. And so we're really excited about that. We're growing and we're building, and things are going to continue to do well. I just want to share a story. One of the ladies came up to me in particular, and she said that for her, this is home away from home when she comes to my events, because she's so far away from home and so far away from the stables, and she really can't have that in her life right now. And I know what that feels like. And for me, I look for a home stables. And so, because for me, that's my place of rest, that's my place of peace. Just to be around the horses, just to be around nature is very healing for me, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and for a lot of people. And so for her, she was telling me that that's like her home away from home, and she was really glad that, I provided that. But I want you guys to realize is that although we have plenty of stables around us, horsemanship has become a very elitist type of activity. Horses used to be like a dime a dozen. It was like, mad cheap to get a horse, and it was like super expensive to get a car. And that was like the normal way to travel, a horse. But now it's flipped on its head, and now it's like super expensive. You have to be rich, you have to be well off. You can't be one of the poor folks to experience having a horse, and that's a shame, because this is nature and everyone should have access to it, especially when it's such a healing component. And so that's what my organization thrives to do. It thrives to make that accessible again to human beings, make that accessible to human nature, that very necessary healing that we need.
Without representation of Black and brown people healing, we're subliminally taught that we're a lost cause and should give up on life. It teaches us to think less of ourselves and distance ourselves further from healing and growing opportunities. Black and brown people need and deserve every resource on this planet to heal and to grow. So I represent Black lives matter. Without representation of brown and Black people doing everyday things, it subliminally tells us that we don't matter and our experiences don't exist, essentially telling us that we ourselves don't exist. So we represent Black Lives Matter.
Up and away.
Without representation of Black and brown joy and sensitivity, it subliminally says that we don't experience joy and that we don't need to be handled gently and lovingly, that we're not allowed to enjoy life or even have feelings. It dehumanizes us. So I represent Black Lives Matter. Listen, most people don't know that the single Black mother is the most neglected and looked down upon in society, therefore having the most problems, and thereby being our society's strongest problem solvers. To be the change, we must support single Black mothers who strive to develop healthier, more loving communities for our future generations. Something else that I notice is that most people won't even open their doors to allow in the abundance of growth and development. To be the change, we must foster and nurture supportive community relationships on purpose. And lastly, I would say that in order to be the change, we must put our mental, emotional, and physical health first.
And now we're going to do something called What You Just Saw versus What Really Happened. It's 12:12 a.m. and what you don't realize is that in order to make this short video, I had to perform and wear all of these hats listed. But don't feel bad for me. I want you to appreciate me and appreciate others that work hard to put together programs to help us heal, to help us to come together and build a stronger community. I did this all while grieving Dante, who was murdered for having an air freshener in his car, having to console friends who were in the middle of the riots up late at night. Even though I'm not in Minneapolis, it sure does hit home because I'm Black and I have a son and I'm a single mother, all while grieving DMX, a legendary hip-hop artist, and all while having PTSD myself and being an adult Aspie. As an adult Aspie, a Navy military veteran, a single mother, I am begging you to please break the stigmas, stop the stereotypes, get rid of your preconceived notions, and find your compassion and humility for the fragile, complex, and precious human condition so that we can find peace and harmony on this planet. Thank you.
More carrots. Don't tear it. More carrots. Where's Garrett?
Vegetables. Vegetables.
Here I come from the west side. The left side. The right brain drives me